What's up, guys? This is going to be the weekly bet recap, episode number 5, coming off a crazy weekend of fights. I'm a little bit late putting this out. I had some Christmas things to deal with, but I still wanted to hear how you guys did. I actually had a pretty good weekend aside from the risky bets on that UFC card. There was about, I think, 11 confident parlay picks that I gave out across the 4 cards, and 10 of those came through. It was only Eric Perez from all those picks that didn't hit. One of them also was an opponent switch, Salvador Becerra, on this Combate card. But we'll get right into it. So for Combate, I had a 3-leg parlay. Becerra got voided out because of the opponent switch, and he ended up losing that, so kind of dodged a bullet there. But Eric Gonzalez and Henzo Mendez both cashed, so, still a decent start to the weekend. Then we moved over to a Bellator 235, Barnett versus Marks. And this was really unprofessional by Bellator. At the last minute, when the co-main event was about to come out, they announced it was now going to be the main event because Barnett had to withdraw due to illness. Now, I'm sure they knew sooner in the day that he wasn't feeling well. And I think at that point, they should have pulled the plug, right? Give the people an opportunity to get a refund. It just looks really unprofessional to hold it off until basically fight time to say that it's not happening. But anyway, that made Perez and Mish the main event, and Perez did bust up a parlay here. Definitely thought he could beat Mish. He's coming out of the UFC. He was on a 3-fight win streak, so he wasn't cut for losing. He's a quick guy, good footwork, well-rounded fighter. But Mish pulled it off here, got a quick KO. I think that Perez was a little bit overconfident, got caught with his hands down, and paid the price. So, yeah, big upset win there for Mish. Also, Alejandra Lara, I got her at 1.8. I did update the description. I just wanted to remind you guys, before the fights, check out, any bets made in between the time I drop the video and the event itself. I will update that description. So, yeah, Lara came through, basically broke even for this card because of the Lara bet cashing. Taiwan Claxton also won, but he was paired up with Perez. So, again, that parlay didn't cash. Overall, for the first night, though, got the win on the Combate card. So overall, a winning night. Now over to the card I'm sure everybody's most interested in. We had Korean Zombie and Frankie Edgar. So on this, we started out with first risky bet here. Ryan Benoit and Hallie Alatang went to a split decision. I actually missed this fight, and when I came in and saw in Tapology that it had went to a split, I was almost happy that I didn't see it because of the robbery potential, but I did hear that it was the right call, so took an L there. Next bet was Omar Morales paired up with Sengmu Choi, so they hit back-to-back. Some good wins there for them. Also, I had Kai Ho Kang paired up with Nasrat Hakparas from the 246 card, so of course I have to wait on that to come through, but I am confident in Nasrat, so good to see Kang get it done. And then the biggest win of the night was actually Charles Jourdain. So originally, I think I mentioned in the video that the line was off with him, and it was something to look at, but I didn't end up pulling the trigger before the fight. He did sting fucking pretty bad Do Ho Choi at the end of the first round. He hurt him pretty big time. And, I thought at that point that it was an even fight. Probably, 2-1 would have been accurate. And he was at 4.25. So I jumped on that instantly with a unit. I wished that I'd put more on at the end of the fight, but I didn't have to sweat it out very long. He got it done for 3.25 units. And I was already in the green at that point. He basically canceled out the loss. Andre Barrio was another loss. Sorry to skip over that, guys. Jung Young Park got it done there in that fight. Pretty good performance, actually, by Park. I wasn't expecting him to take down Barrio, and he got a couple takedowns as well. I think if Barrio had fought the way he did at the end of the second into the third, he could have got the W, but he didn't turn it on until late. So yeah, Jourdain cashed for 3.25 units there. Profit basically covered the losses. Only $65 on Edgar. He was another loss, but I kept it small. And I think a little bit of that has to do with the fact that I am an Edgar fan. I've seen him come back on some fights that I didn't think he could and get some wins that I didn't think he'd be able to get. So have been a fan of his for a while. I think if he had got that W and I didn't have my money in that spot, it would have burned. So I just put that 65 to get a unit back out. Of course, he didn't cash. Vulcan did. I put a bet in on him, and I updated with a comment and pinned that because it was right after I put out the video. I realized I had missed Vulcan, and I had a bet on him. So I just put that out right away and pinned it up. But yeah, overall on the night, it was a winning night here as well. So, came out lucky because of the fact that if I didn't get that Jourdain bet, I'm sure it probably would have been pretty close to even because of the losses on those risky bets. But occasionally it's, I do them. Sometimes at the end of the quarters when I do the cash outs, if I'm enough ahead, I'll do a couple risky ones, things like that. That was the case here, but um, overall, it was pretty good with UFC. So now we move over to the final event, McFarlane and Jackson. Didn't put Lima Lay McFarlane in any bets because of the fact the line was off, but I did expect that she would win. Also, I picked AJ McKee, Jason Jackson, Juliana Vasquez, and Rufian Stotts. They all came through. But AJ McKee, Jason Jackson, and Juliana Vasquez was my parlay. That did hit. Kind of wished I had put all 5 in, but with the odds the way they were, I wasn't confident enough. So these 3 were mismatched enough, and Kunimoto is still a tough guy with some experience, but he's slowed down a lot. So these were mismatches, and they all came through. So overall, really good weekend, guys. Instead of going with the 5.15 that we were at, what I'm going to do is, because my account's reset, we're going to start 2020 fresh, and we're going to build, up until the first quarter. And then, of course, we can track the whole year, but we'll do quarterly at first, right? Then at the end of the year, we can go back quarter by quarter and add it all up. But if you're looking to build your bankroll, now's a good time. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to wrap it up here. And yeah, let me know how you guys did this week. Have a good holidays, of course. A Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I guess as a Christmas gift to you, I can let you guys know next year I'm going to be looking into doing some free live betting for you guys. So definitely some money to be made there. Just going to look at the best way that everybody can jump on. I'll probably just take 10 or 20 subscribers a week. And just looking into the best way, chat room wise, or, to get the information out there as the fights are happening. So basically the fastest real time, site or whatever we're going to use to get the live betting sorted out. So yeah, we'll look into that for 2020, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.